It is December 2021. The year is almost over, and we are about to embark on 2022. And oh, how much we have learned over the past couple of years, especially during the pandemic. Cybersecurity is not just some concept. It's not only for those that are in the industry, the field. No, we all need to do our part. Cybersecurity is the responsibility of everyone. It's not just left up to large businesses. It's essential to even small and medium size. No matter their size and no matter how many individuals, all of us need to do our part and be cyber smart. And why is this so important? More and more devices are being connected to the internet every day. That only increases the attack vector. And if we aren't cyber smart, each device could mean one more weakness. Could be a weakness into our business, a weakness into our home, a weakness that affects our families. And so as we go through this little discussion, we just want to impress upon you that there's much that we've learned, but we need to be able to put this into practice. And so we're certainly looking forward to your attention over the remaining of these slides. And so let's get into it. When we think about cybersecurity, everyone, we want to prevent. And we will certainly do our best to do that. But you know what the challenge is with just trying to prevent? Well, perhaps you've been fishing. And if you had a net, what happens when you take a net out there and you're trying to catch fish? It all depends on what size fish you're trying to catch. You see, with preventative security, you have to get to the point where you're tightening. You're tightening and you're adding upon layers to your security in order to secure your business. And so sooner or later, as you're making these adjustments, what starts to happen? Little fish are bound to slip through. You may catch some big ones. But what happens to those that slip through your security measures? And you see, as you go through this, you may look at the number one target of email. And unfortunately, so many use free mail. And if you're using free mail, absolutely, Google, Yahoo, Microsoft, many of these free mail, they add security measures to them. But guess what? There's not much you can adjust. There's not much you can tweak. Have you tried turning off insecure ways of logging in? Is there a log for you to view to know if someone's logging in to your email? They do have a log, allows you to see the last successful logins, and they want you to check those periodically, but it won't alert you. And so we look at the first area, trying to secure your email. About over 90% of attacks happen through email. So guess what's the first place to start? Then we start getting down to the endpoint. What if something slips past your email, if you haven't gotten to securing your email yet? Well, now we get down to the computer, the endpoint, the device. Do you have appropriate antivirus, endpoint security? Many of them, unfortunately, only detect threats that are known. So that means there might be some that slip through the cracks. What about your firewall, your computer firewall? Is that configured properly? That's where operating system hardening can come into place. And then, what about some things to protect your identity? Multi-factor authentication, password managers, so that you're not using the same password over and over for your email, for your computer, for your phone. For every other portal that you log into, it's your super secret password, but it's used everywhere. And once it's compromised in one place, guess what a threat actor will do? They're going to try it everywhere else. And so we have to keep adding these layers. Multi-factor authentication, the basic receiving a text message, the 6-digit code or 8-digit code on your Google Authenticator, your Microsoft Authenticator. And many other authenticators are available to allow you to add that second layer. Maybe it's a push notification as well. And then you get to the point where you train the people. Cybersecurity is people intensive. You can add all the technology you want, but if you don't have the people that know how to use them, that drive the processes, then there's no way that they can really make sure that all this technology is going to work and be automated for you to secure your business. And see, so now we've gone from regular antivirus, now we've upgraded that. We're training the human, first line of defense. We've enhanced the AV with endpoint security. Goes beyond looking at known threats. Starts looking at behavior. And then on top of that, we add the Security Operations Center. Now they begin to look at logs and see what's really going on. Does this match things that could escape the technology? But with the help of technology, what these humans are able to do, they're trained to identify specific behavior. So that's the challenge with preventative security. You need more controls, more layers. We need smaller holes. Is that something that you could see implementing within your business? Now, we talked about email, that many of the threats are coming through email. Now, this is a sample phishing email. Would it fool you? Now, as you take a look at that, you might think, there's no way that this would fool me. I mean, look at the spelling. It's off. It's not right. And there's no way I know how to hover over things, so that wouldn't make it past me. But what if the spelling was correct? Many of them are utilizing the same tools that we are. And their spell checker and things of that sort. They understand they know who they're writing to. But what about, you notice the sense of urgency? Please install this attacked update. But notice there's a sense of urgency. It says, one, do it by the end of the day, or your workstation will be locked. Well, hopefully you're locking your workstation anyhow at the end of the day. Windows L, lock your computer, Control Alt Delete, select lock this computer. And isn't it true, if you have your own IT department, couldn't they push out some updates for you automatically? That's the whole part of the people, process, and technology. And if they were to need your assistance, well, guess what? Your IT department would give you a call, no doubt. But many are being fooled by phishing emails, even as bad as this one. So adding security awareness training will certainly arm your staff to be that secure first line of defense. Just statistics, as we look at through the year of the pandemic, the years, the number of emails determined as phish. Of course, this doesn't include every last one of them from all email providers, but you begin seeing trillion emails, millions per week. The threat actors are busy. Let's look at some malware statistics. When you take a look at the number of new malware that's made per second, 5.2 per second. And then you take a look at some of these statistics. The number of malware created every month, 162 million within the last 12 months, almost a billion emails there as we're looking at 2021. Threat actors are busy, and so they're upping their game. Are we doing the same? They're evolving into something more. And so we have to make sure that we keep our software up to date. Go beyond just antivirus that just relies on known malware. They certainly have a lot to keep up with the new malware that's being made every second of every hour of every day of every month throughout the year. And so what have we done? Well, we've decided to make available something that was really only a part of a package when we took care of clients. And so this is our managed endpoint security, which includes detection and response. Now this adds some things such as threat detection, threat prevention. We know we talked about just being prevention. Well, we know that there's no solution that's 100%. That's why we need the detection as well. What if something gets past the defenses? We need a way to find out what it is, be able to stop it. And then when you add the security operations center, now we have some people there that can begin looking for the fileless malware, looking for the things that may have slipped through the net. Then we add on there, we have email security for you, password management, and security awareness training. And so these are some of the things that are available, and even some optional things that allow you to have the backup in case something happens and you need a failover. A way to migrate your mail from free mail into something that's manageable, that gives you control. And we have a way to work through managing your internet and giving you the defenses that you need. So give us a call. This is who we are. You can scan our QR code and schedule an appointment. So we're looking forward to seeing what 2022 brings. But this is Chris signing off from Select Secure Solutions. Talk to you soon.